Writers such as Nobel laureate S.Y. Agnon, Yehuda Amichai, A.B. Yehoshua, Amos Oz, Haim Be'er, Ruth Almog, and David Grossman have elevated the Hebrew language to new heights in novels, short stories, and poetry over the past century. Their literary achievements are more remarkable considering that Hebrew had been reduced from an everyday language to one reserved for worship and sacred writing by the time Christianity became dominant in the Roman world 1700 years ago. The decline and revival of Hebrew mirrored the situation of the Jewish people as they lost and then regained self-rule.
אמרתי לעצמי, הספרות הישראלית היא בעצם המשכה של הספרות העברית לדורותיה, והספרות היהודית.
Jews scattered across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East developed languages such as Yiddish and Ladino and adopted local languages, but Hebrew survived outside synagogues and yeshivot as a literary language. Learning Hebrew helped preserve Judaism, and writing in Hebrew, especially poetry, expressed a yearning for the days when Jews would again be a free people in the land of Israel. The Jewish Enlightenment, known as Haskalah, expanded the literary use of Hebrew in the 18th and 19th centuries. Writers such as Shalom Yankov Abramovich, known as Mendele the Book Peddler, turned out novels, stage dramas, and poetry reflecting the full range of Jewish life, while essayists used Hebrew to address anti-Semitism, the failures of assimilation, and the need for Jewish sovereignty. It was thus no accident that Hebrew was drawing renewed interest as a spoken language, just as the Zionist movement gained momentum in the second half of the 19th century. Naftali Herz Imber reflected the parallel trends of Hebrew and Zionism when he wrote Israel's future national anthem, the poem Hatikva, or the Hope, in 1886. It was sung in 1897 at the First Zionist Congress, which used invitations in Hebrew and partially conducted its discussions in Hebrew. Eliezer ben-Yehuda, who allowed only Hebrew to be spoken at home after his family made Aliyah, wrote a letter in 1880 to Peretz Smolenskin, in which he linked the revival of spoken Hebrew to the return to Israel. Let us revive the nation, and its tongue will be revived too. The Hebrew language can live only if we revive the nation and return to its fatherland. Smolenskin called Hebrew the one relic from Jews' ancient glory, and said, "Those, therefore, who discarded the Hebrew tongue betray the Hebrew nation and are traitors both to their race and their religion." Successive waves of Zionist settlers in Palestine agreed, and Hebrew became the primary language of instruction in the schools of the Yeshuv. And the board of Israel's first planned technical college, the Technion, voted in October 1913 to teach in German instead of Hebrew. Protests broke out, and the decision was reversed 4 months later. Ahad Ha'am, who resigned from the Technion board over the initial German decision, said, "Hebrew's advantage over other languages is its natural adornment of Judaism, in which it was born, matured, and has endured. The main disadvantage for Hebrew was its vocabulary. The Bible contains about 8,000 words, and scholars believe that ancient Jews had about 30,000 words. The language missed out on 17 centuries of inventions and ideas. So ben-Yehuda in 1890 established the Vad HaLashon HaIvrit to serve as the authoritative voice on the language and creation of new words. Hebrew now has more than 60,000 words, including 15,000 added since 1900. The Vad's successor is the language authority in Israel. The Academy of the Hebrew Language continues to add words, especially for tech terms, although Israelis often use the English language terms in Hebrew sentences. Under Israel's 2018 nation-state basic law, Hebrew stands alone as the nation's official language, and it continues to help assimilate immigrants into Israeli society by connecting them to a common culture and strengthening their connection to Judaism's biblical roots. See the following links for more information.